Let me tell you the tale of how Admiral Kirk. No, this is not me doing Star Trek 2. I'm going to tell you the tale of last night's completely insane night. You can hear from my voice that I don't have much of a voice left. But here is what happens. Now, I really don't try to get into adventures. It just kind of happens. There are those of us in this world who seem to attract certain types of people, who get involved with certain types of people. And that's me. That's me. And maybe I have a panache for reacting, but I'm going to tell you the first stage of the night and the second stage of the night, and you can decide for yourself. So, as you know, I could not make this date last night. So rather than say the night was lost, I said, I'll just go to the karaoke bar. I'll kill some time there, sing some songs. And there were some Broadway show-offs. Now, if you are in New York, sometimes this happens. You have professional singers who go to karaoke and who are slumming it. And, you know, they really are show-offs. And that's not the purpose of karaoke, okay? But what ended up happening is I was not fazed by them. I started off by, I'm just the middle-aged white guy, but I eventually gradually got the crowd. I did Watermelon Sugar, that got the crowd. Because Broadway people sing white songs as well. They're not known for crowd pleasers. I sang From the Streets, Audio Slaves, Like a Stone, and then later on, I did sing, Cool in the Gang's Ladies' Night. And then the entire, black contingent of the dance floor, which they had never considered, they were all dancing, reaching up for me. I'm mentioning that because that's going to factor in later. By making that particular choice, other things happened. The point here was that I stood on my own 2 feet, and the Broadway people were eventually they went away. Because I showed everyone that they also had the right to sing by singing regular people music, popular music that people fucking like, that gets people dancing, and by just really bringing a lot of stage energy. And that was just a lot of fun. If my night had stopped there, it would have been a great night, right? But no. As you know, I write an audio drama, and in my audio drama, there's a character who is a fire dancer in Astoria. In fact, I just finished a draft of a sequel to a script featuring this character. This woman walks in. She has this really cool, spangly green dress and a tattoo that contains fire and the universe on her shoulder. And I remark on her tattoo, and I get to talking to her, and she sounds familiar. Well, she is a fire dancer, and she literally says a couple of fucking lines that I wrote and recorded 4 years ago with an actor. And it was like something that I had imagined had come into being. And this speaks for the accuracy of my writing or the uncanny nature of my imagination. It was really fucking weird. I was telling the bartender this, and the bartender is saying, "Oh God, that's pretty creepy." And I said, "Oh, you're creeped out? What about me? I wrote this motherfucking script, and this character came in." That's not all. That's not all. So, she and I were getting along very well. And she also was getting really, physical with me, wrapping her arm around me. But her boyfriend was there. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to bust this situation up. I really don't. I'm not that kind of a guy. But then the two of them start confiding in me separately because I'm getting along with both of them. Turns out that this is their first fucking date that night. which is a hell of a fucking way. And it turns out as well that they came to this karaoke bar because they were like the place they were originally going to go to was closed. So it's almost as if the universe, the fates of the universe brought us all together for this so that the universe could tell me, oh, guess what, Bold Writer? What you write actually has more cachet than you fucking know. It was really fucking amazing. But the night became increasingly weird. And then one of the black ladies came up to me and just immediately wrapped herself around me and was just getting really close. And she actually like fucking kissed me on my neck. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going to happen? I think she saw the woman in the green dress talking to me and she wanted to sort of jump in. That's what happens sometimes. And then women become very aggressive and they want, oh, well, something's going on with that guy. And she also liked my singing. So I was like, what is going to fucking happen? And then on top of that, am I going to get involved with some kind of weird threesome or fivesome? Because there were two other women there who I was talking with. And they all liked me. I didn't know what was going to happen, but it just, then they called my name to sing, and the black woman ended up doing the same thing to another guy, which is fine. But at this point, the weirdness of everything kind of culminated, and I had not eaten anything for like 10 or 11 hours, and I knew I had to come home. And this was just a really fucking crazy night. But it was a very hilarious and enjoyable and weird fucking night. It reminded me in many ways of After Hours, the Martin Scorsese movie. And actually, I did exchange information with a couple of these people. So who the fuck knows? But what I do know is that was a night of the ages. And I also learned that because I had quit smoking, my voice is so much better. My voice is so much better that I was able to compete against these Broadway people at the very beginning. Even though I didn't come there, I just came there to, sing some tunes and have fun. No competition. They brought the competition. But they were chagrined at the way that I had, because I can read an audience. And sometimes Broadway people get so lost in their own fucking head that they don't know how to read the audience. And then they became ever desperate, and I just was being myself. And then all these women kind of just, it was fucking bizarre. But it was really a lot of fun. And that's sort of my story. I believe you got a couple of details, because I don't want to tell you everything. But holy shit.